Welcome everyone to the third Thursday meetup of the West Orlando WordPress Meetup Group. I'm Brian Walton, a co-organizer and host. West Orlando WordPress is an official WordPress meetup group and is affiliated with the main WordPress Orlando and WordCamp US meetup groups. Are you ready to unleash the power of your biggest asset? Aseem Bhardwaj will explore why focusing on your digital content matters most. Learn how to get ahead of the game with key statistics, innovative solutions, and live demos to keep your content assets fresh and relevant. Aseem is an entrepreneurial self-starter and a visionary executive IT leader with 20 years of global experience. He's worked with Fortune 100 companies and founded successful startup technology companies. Aseem provides thought leadership and direction on cloud technologies, SaaS, and AI, developing trusted relationships that drive collaboration, C-level access, and new business opportunities. His results-driven approach accelerates customer acquisition, scales operations, expands market share, and sustains long-term growth. As an author, Aseem has over 75 professional certifications in areas such as predictive analytics, data science, blockchain, AI, and cloud computing. Man, this guy's smart. He's a recipient of the prestigious C.S.E.M, Computer Science, Engineering, and Mathematics scholarship from MIT and Purdue, and has a dual BS with honors in network engineering, computer technology from Purdue University, as well as an MBA from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. In his free time, assuming there is any, Aseem enjoys spending time with his two daughters playing chess, running, and loves to travel and spend time in nature. He's passionate about creating innovative solutions that have a positive impact on society. At this point, I'd like to invite everyone to mute their microphones for the presentation. Aseem, thank you for being our presenter this evening. The time is now yours.
Well, thank you so much, Brian. Thanks, everyone. Happy to be here, honored to be here. You guys spending evening with me. As you can see, I'm wearing bottle green. I don't know whether you can see that reflection in honor of St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. So we'll start the celebration today. I told Brian, I don't want to bore you up. We'll keep some engagement going on. The whole session is about interaction, learning, and having some fun. And that's what the life should be about. In whatever we do, whatever difference we are creating in the society with the work that we do, it has to have an impact. And the only positive impact it will have when we enjoy it internally, because we can then share that energy, positive energy and outlook to our audience, to ourselves, whatever we are doing, that brings to the place. With that said, overdue, before Brian kicks me out, I'm not sure, Brian, was that the topic of lead and innovate? I thought it was St. Patrick's celebration, having chit and chat to know more about our members here.
Oh, St. Patrick's. Well, you know, they can chime in on the chat if they want to add anything for you.
Any guesses?
Chicago.
There you go. So this is a Chicago skyline. And just last week, the ritual happened. They were the Chicago River. Every year they dye it with green, and people are going to get crazy this weekend, starting tomorrow, Friday. It's going to be packed over Lake Michigan, Michigan Avenue, and everything. It's beautiful. If the weather is supportive, it's a beautiful site to visit if you can in person. I think the last I went was a couple of years back, and I enjoyed it, though it was windy, as a windy city. But I think it was a little warmer, so I could enjoy it. So I just wanted to see this. Brian told me the presentation is not about this. We're going to jump it out. And of course, it's Brian, ladies and gentlemen. It's brianrwalton.com. And Brian, enough of your promotion. Make sure you know my Zelle and Cash App, right? Where to transfer the money.
On your way, on its way.
On its way. Well, I was thinking about what topic to discuss, and when Brian was introducing me, it's not, you know, you have spent 20 years into the technology. You have seen that shift. Every 5 years, a new tech comes out, the adaptability phase comes out, people adopt, and it phases out, and the next version or new innovative companies come up. The goal was today, rather than digging down into the tools, talking about more at the fundamental level, right? how do we lead? How do we do what we do? For me, I think the more important question is why you do it to what you do in life and in general, what you bring in. There are a lot of tools, technologies out there, but unless we don't know the way, why we are thinking about content, why we are thinking about digital contact, because right now everything is digital. That's how we can connect to our greater audience. And COVID has taught us one thing, that yes, physically, if there are boundaries, with innovation, we are able to reach people at the corners of this world and find some link, and they could be part of our life. You don't know what unless we don't explore what other has to offer, right? So that's the whole thought process behind it. Anytime we have digital presence, we got to think about how we are connecting to our audience. And when we think about how best way to connect with our audience, we will know fundamentally what their likes are, dislikes are, and we can use tools are there to facilitate this process. So once we get this process right, we will get everything in place. So this is what we're going to talk about or discuss about more in general. Just wanted to get a quick glimpse of our audience that we have today. So I've put a link on the chat. If you can just quickly let me know. I just want to gather how are we engaging? Are we a freelancer? We are here for fun, or we work with clients who are on WordPress? That will give us a good idea, kind of a mix of audience we have. So we have close to out of 5 responses, we have 80% of us are freelancers out there, and 20% are small, medium enterprise businesses. Nice. Well, thanks a lot. That helps, and I think we are at the right place, regardless whether we are a small, medium enterprise or catering to that enterprises or freelancers, or we are using this for our own self because we love this community. We want to be part of this community. We want this, whatever we have done in our life, we want to share out there, and we're using this digital platform, a CMS like WordPress, to connect to people. So I hope it's relevant for everyone. How noteworthy are we, right? Whatever we are doing within WordPress, there's some interesting things that I wanted to share, part of the research. And one more thing that I would like audience to see. This is just numbers out there in a triangle format. Any clues, any ideas anybody wants to throw it? I can give you one hint. These number reflects the platform that we play in today, or we cater to, we service to. So, any guesses what 65 means? 43 ratio, 2/5 or 12? Any guesses?
They can put it in the chat if they want to guess that.
Just put it in the chat. I'm not going to play too hard. I know it's evening, and it's just a time, Thursday, before getting to chores. So yes, 65, as you can see on the screen, WordPress is used by 65% of all websites using a CMS out there. WordPress is used by 43% of all websites. That means out of the 65% that are not using any content management systems are on either hard-coded HTML, CSS. 43% of that chunk is WordPress. That shows how big of a community we are and close-knit. 2 out of 5, every website built is on WordPress, which equates to, if mathematically, around 40%, which kind of goes with the stats, 43%, pretty close. So 40% of the every website that is built out there is WordPress website. And who says WordPress is dying? The research shows that 12% WordPress is, as a community, is being adopted with today's generation even, and enjoys a healthy double-digit growth since 2011. which is almost over a decade now. So we are in the perfect place where we need to be, and this is the perfect time to be in part of this community, to grow out in this community for creating that difference, contributing to the community, and making money for your own self. After all, that's what we are. That's what our objective is: to contribute and to share. Again, a quiz. I'm not going to spend too much time, but these are the numbers, these are the stats. Roughly every 2 minutes, another top 10 million site starts using WordPress. WordPress powers 36% of the top 1 million websites. When I say 1 million website, that means you can imagine household names like Times Magazine, Times.com, even Facebook, TechCrunch. I'm not sure, Brian can validate that, but some Disney pages are on WordPress internet. Apart from that, 20% of WordPress website uses WooCommerce, which is the largest engine. Next to WooCommerce, it's Shopify that doesn't even come any closer. So this is the scale. I just wanted to reflect back the work, the small work that we do to the to this community, or bring with our difference, with our unique services that we offer, whether paid or non-paid. This is the impact we are creating. The next closest competitor to WordPress in the market, when I last checked, was CMSs like Wix or Squarespace. That was not even close to that numbers. They were like close to 8%, 9% figures. And I love to be part of this community. The reason being of the people that today I'm presenting to, and how close or how welcoming they are. That's what keeps me going every day. 2023 is the year to focus on the health of your content. Again, I don't want to repeat myself, but this is an important point. Every day when I talk to people in line of businesses or marketers and all that, it's not about tools. I think there's too many tools out there, overwhelming tools out there to decide and pick what we want to do, and we can do it. It's more about going back on the drawing board and thinking about why am I doing this? How I want to connect with my audience, in what way? What's the outcome that I want to achieve? Once those fundamental questions are there, and you put that on paper or anywhere in your thought process, and work backwards and lay out, tools are secondary to help you make it more presentable to your audience that you're reaching out to. No matter how presentable you are, if the content doesn't resonate with your right audience that you're trying to target, it will be a failure. It won't work. And the reason I say that, I want to draw an analogy here. The 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, he has many famous quotes. And one quote that resonates here, is, he said once, if I had 1 hour to cut a tree, I would spend 45 minutes in sharpening the axe, which exactly speaks to the point that I'm trying to say here. When we talk about content strategy, it's all about planning. Whatever asset or thing that we have on paper today, and I want to represent that through a digital media, through my website, what's the best way of doing that? There are medias, like you can do audio, visual, written, your content, right? But the goal is to plan that strategy. And two things that I want to take away from this statement is, number one, plan in place before even we get started, which platform to use and all that. And the second is, not make it transactional, but make it more relationship focus. A successful content strategy will attract your target audience at every stage. The key is here, I should have highlighted that, every stage, not just one stage. People will come, read your post, whether it's on LinkedIn or website, but you want them to, whatever you're selling a service, product, or you're educating them, empowering them, or getting your name out there as a brand ambassador. You want to connect that to the right audience at the right manner. And this is what it is, right? You want to do it in a way that keeps them engaged. You want to build that relation. It's not one time coming. Keep them engaged even after a purchase. That's the key behind it. And it's not just me saying about that or feel the importance being in this space of tech for so many years, but I think we are losing a connection there that, yes, people don't think much about the fundamentals of the writing or the content. Recently, there have been tools out there to speed process, make us more efficient, like GPT, OpenAI. They recently came just yesterday, officially launched GPT-4 version, which is a total different level, combines your audio, video, and written. I was reading something about it. It's great. We cannot just say that, okay, ignore them. We need to find a way to live with them. There are tools. The minds, the creativity, the content that we own, nobody understands better than us, or nobody understands better how to reach out to our audience than all these tools. If that's the case, then anybody would win, right? Why would you go into the market to even start with? But these should facilitate a process to make you more efficient rather than becoming a slave of it. Moving forward, I think you get the idea behind it. How do I execute a robust content strategy, right? You know what strategy is, content strategy is. We want a plan in place. We want our audience to be engaged on a repetitive way, create a relationship with them. Don't make it transactional. So attract, engage, retain. Consistent, high quality, engaging content impacts the audience, decision-making techniques. Your content needs to carry a unique and identifiable voice. Now, this reflects to the point that I was sharing with you, the ChatGPT one. You ask them a question or rephrase, make it clear. But end of the day, or sooner or later, people will know it. They know you as a person. They know you, how you speak, how you react to situations. Even not over the period of time, your website becomes a persona of you as an identity. So you want to make sure that it's what you can leverage those tools, but when you're putting out there, it's you who you say you are, so that that is consistent, that approach style is consistent. Ultimately, it's the trust. I'll share this point. Last 15 or 20 years of me in this space with various tech players, what I've realized is, end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you're working with companies like IBM, early days of Netflix or Google or SAP and all that. People buy from people they like, people they trust. Even if somebody has to spend extra dollars, they will do it with you because they trust you, they know you. And that's what I've learned. And I like tools, I like innovation. I'm part of this innovation cycle. We are a software company, but how do you balance this out? That balance is important to understand. And how we as consumers consume this in a way that benefit us and our audience. And just don't take my word for it. Means I just want to throw out there a recent study, extensive study was done, global study, in 2023 February, the results came out. So this is pretty latest. We are today March 16. What factors lead to success in content marketing? Pretty much, these are no-brainers, but I was fascinated with the numbers. Percentage, 47% of them said research their audience. 46% perform SEO, publishing more content and more frequently, more relevant content and more frequently, improving the quality and value of the content. 42% said updating existing content has boosted their content marketing value. All these points above are indicating towards the value that you're bringing, not just for you, but for your audience down the road to get engaged with it. And other medias like visual, video content, improve marketing. The reason I've highlighted the 42% updating existing content has boosted the content marketing value, because this is the contribution, this is the small contribution that we as a startup that we are running are bringing to the community, bringing to you, bringing to the users, consumptions who are going to consume it. And we're going to see down the road. What were the outcomes of updating your content, right? What does it mean? Top 2 regions speaks for themselves, part of the same survey. The engagement went up, their rankings and traffic increased multifold. Almost we're talking about 50% on average. And there are other benefits. So contradictions in website management. What do I mean by this? There's always a trade-off in mind that, yes, does something that is so easy to use have limitation, or something that gives us flexibilities have its challenges, but down the road that will pay off. We'll have better ROI, return on investments, not just for us, for the audience that we are serving. So that's what it is, right? Means when we talk about WordPress, ease of use or rich capability. Businesses wish they could edit quickly, but they want sophisticated and flexibility tools, right? That's a trade-off. Steep learning curves or widespread literacy. Switching between editors and website waste times of copywriters, designers, and developers. Rather than we should be focusing on where do I find how to modify this? Content owners or web stewards. These are real quotes coming from the survey, extensive survey that we have done from the people in this field. Well, we are aware of this. We all are. So I won't spend much time. Content management system, the way WordPress is looked in today, right? Though even if it's growing, there's a challenge. There's a learning curve involved. So how to make it better? See here, give me a second. So Tarzan is a startup, research-oriented startup that was a spin-off from University of Chicago, and extensive research that we did before even coming to the market. Earlier, I said for me and whatever I do, what matters is why I do it. It should have an impact that, yes, it's creating a difference. So the analogy to draw from here is there used to be a typewriters before, where we used to type and then it will see. Same thing with the website. We used to write on the notepad. Earlier editors were their basic editors, HTML code. We would upload it on the server, then we would see the result. Then the next phase came. Less like Squarespace, Webflow, Wix, WordPress, which is a CMS, gave us that foundation, even with, or analogy to graphical typewriters. You used to type, you used to see the result, but then actual result will print out. With Tarzan, what we have done is, no matter how your website is fundamentally built, you see what you change what you see. right on the web page itself, like what mouse gave to personal computers. Our job is to make web editing accessible for all. That's the small difference we want to bring or create impact we want to bring in this ocean of great developers, designers, agencies, freelancers. Is our contribution is how we can make a CMS like WordPress more likable for our audience, for not just audience, but people who use it to cater their audience, so that tomorrow we or my generation, my kids, my daughters are first thinking about, okay, wow, my dad, he worked with WordPress. He always talked about it, right? It's cool. There are tools who are building it to a level that, yes, what players like Wix and Squarespace promise to do with not much flexibility. And that's the trade-off between flexibility versus onboarding, ease of onboarding. So how do we go to market? We have two offerings. One is Click Edit. Click Edit is a visual rolled out as a plugin in WordPress, is a visual editing tool, which a button sits right on your web page. And once you click on that web page, your page becomes like a canvas, like a Microsoft Word. You can change what you see. You can see what you change right on the web page. You don't even have to go back to a block editor or a next step. It's right on your live web page. You click on a button, you make a change, and you publish it. Simple as that. And that's the change we are trying to bring. We want to simplify, even a one step forward, right? You want to, if a user has to go one step backward, it's like killing that creativity. When thoughts come, when you are a writer, content author, you want to express yourself. We want content writers, authors to express themselves without worrying the underlying code or background, how it's done. That's Click Edit, which is currently in a beta phase. We are acquiring beta clients, and I'm glad to, and I'm blessed to have our host here, both Brian and Rob, part of our community, trying this out, because they see that light in the future for themselves and for their clients. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to share my whatever limited knowledge that I've gained from catering clients, that yes, how important relevance content is to the equation, and bringing in innovating on tools that today can bridge that gap to speed to market for folks in this WordPress community. The other product we have is Click Edit Connect, which is a browser extension which simplifies the editing process for WordPress websites. So one is the live editing. You can edit with Click Edit, which is in beta phase. Click Edit Connect today is live in production, are used by the agencies. They were built by the agencies and freelancers by our own feedback that we got. And that's why I call these purpose-built company. That's our mission, not to build tools just to make it look cool, but there has to be a purpose and mission behind it. So this is the feedback that we got from agencies and freelancers, and Click Edit Connect is taking that process more seamlessly, helping you to not remember the URLs. You can just visit the home page. It will redirect you to the last visited page through the login, once you go through the WordPress login. And you're right, you can pick up to the default editor you are using, whether you're using block editor from Gutenberg, Elementor, or you are on ClickEdit. And I want to draw this example. We are not a website builder. We don't compete with Elementor, and that's not the intention. We want to make the current Elementor structure or any headless CMS today that promises to be an inline editing live tool, to make that step easy and right on the web page for user to do it. Well, enough said. Let me dive into the demo. And I'm just going to ask, how am I doing on time-wise here, Brian?
We got 20 minutes till the top of the hour.
So I'm just going to make it a little quick. So the whole reason when I mentioned Click Edit, I'm going to show about the Click Edit, which is currently in the beta stage, and I'm going to run the live demo for you. So let me log out here. How do I minimize? Okay, I'm going to revisit. So this is our website. And on the top left corner, you can see an edit button with a striking. This is the Click Edit Connect button. So I didn't have to remember the URL exactly. I just typed it. And once I click this edit button, I don't even have to append wp-admin to my URL, or many people even have custom URLs for security reasons for their intranet pages. I don't have to remember even that. And we know after even we bookmark that, after every couple of weeks, the cookies expire and we forget where were we last working or editing. With Click Edit Connect button, you click on this button, it will reroute you to exactly to the admin page. And I'll enter my credentials here. I'm entering it, but it's not saved. Otherwise, you can use any default password manager that you like. And you just have to click login. And once you click login, you will exactly enter to the page where you were last editing. Now the edit button that you see here with the check mark, this is the Click Edit button. Once you click that, your page becomes like a canvas. And this is the revolutionary technology that we built after 7 years of research. We have a couple of patents into it, but I'm not a big fan of patents. The reason being, if patents is no use of people out there who are using this technology, then technology is just sitting on the shelf, right? It has to be a purpose-built technology. And that's why after gaining this, we were bestowed with US government, who has shown trust on us by giving us NSF, National Science Foundation grant to do this extensive research. And what you're seeing today came out from your own contribution, from taxpayers' money, that we are able to bring this to commercialization. So once you're in the editing mode with respect to time, you can just click on anything as you would use Microsoft Word, and you can be done, you can append, you can write as you feel like writing. And then once you're done, or if you wrote something, you can undo, redo, and then you click on publish. And not only content, if you look at this on the back end, which I'm quickly going to show you, we can even update the shortcodes. Shortcodes are those files that on the WordPress that you can reuse, you can write a small content, and it's programmatically. So you don't even have to go to the back end. Here we are using, you see 150 here. I click on 150. If I change to 100, And once I click publish, this 100 will change, not just here as a text, but it will change back to the source file, database, and update the price where it came from. In our scenario, we are using Stripe plugin as a payment mechanism. So once I do that, and once I go to the backend, which I'm logged in, you see there's a Stripe payments we are using. I click on that, voila, $100 right on the plugin. So the beauty of the technology that we are trying to bring on the table is whether you are an e-commerce shop or whether you are updating your content, keeping it right, it should be as easy as it could be, regardless. Whether it's drawn through a static fields, HTML, just code, or through dynamic plugins that are installed on your website. That's how the powerful technology is. And technology is as powerful as a user want it to be for their own convenience. And that's why we want to partner with freelancers, agencies like yourself to take this forward. If you see the difference, this will increase the productivity, give peace of mind to you and your clients. You can customize the edit button. There are a lot of ways to go to market, and that's what we are doing today. We are early in the cycle to customize with your own logo, with your client logo. End of the day, you would rather work on high lucrative projects for your client than copy set. We are taking care of the everyday maintenance.
Aseem, can I ask you a question quickly?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
This tool that we're showing now, is this the Google extension or is this the beta product? Just to be clear, because you have the two products.
Yeah, so this is, I'm glad you asked that. This is the beta product, and the extension product is when I log out of my admin console, and when I go to my home page again, you will see this edit striking button. This is the extension that we are contributing to the community that came, that is on WordPress.org, that came from agencies on their high demand request, because their clients and agency support people get a lot of service tickets just to tell them what their URL or custom URLs, redirect them to the page. They don't remember their password. So we created this that makes it easy. They go to their homepage, index page. There's a button out there. They click on the button. It redirects to the admin console page of WordPress. Majority of the clients, 99% of them, they're using third-party password vault tools. They just click login and they're right there, the last visited page they were on, so they can straight away get to the work, what they want to do. So that's the extension. Beta product is more on the live editing piece that I just showed you. So I hope that answers, Brian. So with respect to time, I'm just going to say editing a website easily and instantly means stay connected to your customers more frequently, speed up marketing. Developers can develop, not copy it. I want you all to be as productive with the engagement that you're doing for your clients or value you're bringing in what you bring as your unique value, not copy it. That we want as a company, we want to partner with you to service that as an agreement or however you want to, because you are the trusted partner for this client. We are just facilitating our process to make it easy so that you can pick up more projects with the time you have and let your client pass on the cost to the client. So you're also making the recurring income for your own self, and you can brand it the way you want to brand it. It eliminates trade-offs, power and simplicity, speed and control. The technology was built out of University of Chicago after research. We've been blessed with US government, their support on it. Our beta customers love Tarzan because of these reasons. This technology works, or the tool works. It's as lightweight, has zero performance on your website. and work as friendly as if you are in mobile. Let us say if you're traveling, you are out there, you are on your tablet, you will just access, log in, you are right, click on the edit button, you can make those changes and just publish. Next time you are on internet connected, the changes will go live. Once again, we are trusted by these partners, blessed to be WordPress, Polsky. Now again, that's all I have formally, but what's a WordPress presentation without sharing a story? So I just wanted to share a quick story. This is my daughter here holding the trophy. So last weekend, she participated in Science Olympiad in the state of Indiana. And out of 50 finalists, her middle school, she's a 7th grader, was selected as state champions. And I'm blessed, and she worked hard for it. And we were at Purdue, and over close to 1,000 people in the stadium. And this is a team. She won her own personal awards in area of math, physics, and anatomy. And we'll be traveling to Kansas in a couple of months for nationals, where we'll be joined by all top 52 schools competing for the national championship. And she asked me the other day, she keep hearing me when she's at home, Papa, you keep talking about WordPress and all this. Have you heard about this? Our teachers were talking about WordPress is complicated, and you talk about click edit. And they like WordPress because they like what they can do, but it's kind of a learning. It takes a lot of their time. And so how are you helping them? And I said, this is how we want to create. We are creating a small difference in the big pool, but that difference, by simplifying the process, I hope it makes people do more edits, do more updates on their website for the people who are supporting the end users, or businesses who want to do them themselves, so that people can focus on more lucrative stuff. And she said, wow, I would share that. So that was kind of a acknowledgement that I got from her, that yes, how I can make this tool as friendly and moving forward things more innovative in a way that our next generation are so inclined and adaptive to something like that, to keep that momentum rolling even higher. I would love to see that 10% year-over-year growth down the road to 15% in next by 2020, 2030 or 2035, who knows? So I just wanted to share that quick story. And the analogy I gave her, one more analogy that I gave her was Betty Crocker cookie mix. I said, look at Betty Crocker cookie mix, and I use this with people. It's more like CMS, like Wix and Squarespace. They have instructions. It's a package. And the end result is the same, right? You make a cookie. You come up with a cookie, right? But you are followed. You are opinionated by their instructions. WordPress is, in a way, if you can learn how to make cookie, you can select your own ingredients. You can make it more healthy. You can make it mix and match. Of course, there's a risk, right? Security is a risk in WordPress, right? There's a risk, but unless we don't step into it, we won't realize how to mitigate those risks. And once we are able to mitigate those risks and we are able to see, then we will see we can unleash the power of that to the world in a way that no other platform can do it. And to wrap it up, no other than the community. I've been to more other open networks, open source, right? Like Red Hat, IBM, companies have contributed, part of MIT and all that. But the warmth, the feeling that I've seen in WordPress community and the power to help each other to grow, it's remarkable. It's kind of that magnet that attracts me to bring the best, to make people's life easier. And that's the small thing that we want to do and we want to bring to everyone. With that, thank you so much for listening. I'm sorry if I went over, but I'm just blessed to be here to talk to all of you, and I love it. Whatever we can do, and happy to stay in touch. This is my email address. I'll be sharing a few links with Brian after this presentation. to sign up for our free beta program to unleash how we can leverage and my Calendly link to get on the call to discuss this or discuss anything in life in general. I'm happy to do that. Yeah. And I hope you all take care and have a great weekend. With that, I'll pause and will be open for any Q&As. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Aseem. Really good chat. We really appreciate this. Is a new innovative mechanism for WordPress, and I think it's going to make it easier for a lot of people. So I look forward to that.